Hello everyone, welcome to Akose's Tasty Recipe. I hope you are all doing well. Alright, so for today we are going to the street. We are making what we call Suya or chinchinga. It is very popular in Nigeria and Ghana. It's very delicious and then well spiced. Yes, one of the delicious street food that I really enjoyed back then. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I made this so that you wouldn't buy anymore. You just have to make it at home. All right, so let's get started. So these are the list of ingredients I'm going to use for this recipe. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to make is the suya spice, and then I prepped this peanut flour or groundnut flour overnight. So I added hot water or boiling water. Make sure it's very hot, and then add it to 1 cup of peanut and give it a quick mix, and then spread it in your baking pan or baking tray, and then pop it in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes under 250 degrees. Okay, you can also buy it in the market if you don't want to make the peanut powder, but I think the homemade tastes great. Okay, so I checked it in the oven just to spread it out, and then after 20 minutes I'm going to put it on a paper towel, okay, just to get out some oil. So just watch how I'm doing it. I'm going to repeat this step for 3 times. I'm using the rolling pin to press on the peanut so that I can extract more oil out of the peanut so that it will be more dry. And then after, I will put it back on the tray and pop it in the oven again for another 15 to 20 minutes. I made this in the evening, yes, so that the powder can dry very well. But you can also make it the same day, but I will recommend that you make it a day before so that in the morning your powder is ready to be used. Okay, so after another 15 minutes in the oven, I'm going to get out some oil as well. I will repeat the same step I did earlier with the paper towel method. Okay, so just watch how I made this. It's a bit tiring, but I mean it's worth it because homemade is always the best. Try to press it or squeeze it to get out a lot of oil from the peanut, okay, and then put it back on the tray. I'm going to wrap with another paper towel again to get out more oil, and then after I'm going to spread it in the baking pan. So now it feels a bit dry but kind of a little bit wet. So after spreading, I'm going to pop it in the oven for about 10 minutes to get out more oil. Okay, so after 10 minutes, I'm going to do the paper towel method again for the last time so that our peanut will be halfway ready. That's what I would say. All right, so please kindly stay tuned and still follow the steps. Okay, so after the last paper towel method, I think it's a bit dry now and I've gotten out enough oil, so I'm going to keep it in the kitchen until the next day. Okay, so it's 9 a.m. in the morning, and then when I check the peanut, it's dry and then ready to be used. So I'm going to sift it twice, and then I will start with my suya process. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to make my suya spice. So in one mixing bowl, I'm going to add all my spices and then give it a quick mix. But don't worry, I'm going to list all the spices I used in my description box So please check it out to have the complete things that you need for this suya spice. Trust me, homemade suya spice is the best, and then you get enough out of it than buying from the store. Okay, so once I'm done with the spice, I'm going to mix about 2 tablespoons with my oil that I will be using to brush my suya later. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the excess water on my beef after I washed it. So please make sure to wash your beef very well, and then choose fresh beef, and then tender part of the beef. I think is the tenderloin, and then it doesn't need to be grilled for too long. So I'm using the kitchen paper towel to get out the water. I will repeat the same thing for the gizzard. Okay, so the next thing I'll be doing is to put the beef and the gizzard on my kebab sticks. Okay, please make sure your kebab sticks are clean. All right, so make sure your beef are cut into smaller sizes so that it will grill very fast in the oven. All right, and then as I said, choose the tender part so that you can enjoy this recipe. If the beef is too hard and after grilling, it's going to be very hard as well. So make sure to choose the tender part of the beef and then cut it into smaller pieces and then put them on your sticks. You're good to go. So once everything goes on the stick, I'm going to coat with some suya spice. Okay, just put them on your board or plate and then coat them well with the suya spice. No need to add too much salt because the suya spice is well seasoned and then well mixed, has all the flavors and then the salts that you will need for this recipe. So coat the gizzard and the beef with the suya spice. Okay, so once you're done coating, arrange everything on your grilling rack and then brush the top with the oil and suya spice mixture you made earlier, because you wouldn't want your suya to be too dry, right? Yes, we want it juicy and more delicious. So you brush the top with the oil and the suya spice you mixed earlier. Another thing is, if you don't want to grill this in the oven, you can also do the charcoal grilling, and I think that's very common and also delicious. Okay, so this is one of the tips that I will be sharing with you all. So what I do mostly is, if I'm going to put a kebab stick in the oven, my oven is both up and then down. Yes, so I cover the end of the sticks with aluminum foil so that the fire will not burn the sticks. Okay, yes, so that's how I do it, so that after grilling my sticks are still intact. Okay, so once it's ready, I'm going to grill this for 15 minutes. Okay, so once the suya goes inside the oven, I'll go ahead and then prep my veggies. So I'm using white onion, red onions, tomatoes, and then cucumber. You can add any veggies of your choice. Okay, so after 15 minutes, the one side that we grilled is okay. So I'm going to turn it and then brush it with the oil and suya mixture and then pop it in the oven for another 15 minutes and then it's ready. Okay, so after the 15 minutes, it's ready. So I'm going to remove the aluminum foil and serve. Okay, so it's time to garnish, and then this is my favorite part. Yes, you could see that after removing the aluminum foil from the sticks, it still looks intact and good, right? So I'll be putting some onions, and then I'll make the abochi style, like how we put it on the paper when you buy it from the street, okay? Just to have that feeling and all that looks. This kebab smells so good. I mean, kebab, suya, chinchinga. Yes, it was one of my favorite street food. Very delicious and then very nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the gizzard on the paper. I don't have graphic, the one we used back home, so I'm just using the parchment paper, which also give it that looks. Yes, and then sprinkle with some suya spice. Yes, look at that. This was very delicious. Okay, so another tip, please don't limit yourself to gizzard and beef alone. You can use sausage, chicken breast, you can use liver, I mean, etc. Anything that you enjoy, goat meat. Also, you have to store the remaining suya spice in your jar and keep it in your shelf, or you can put it in an airtight container. You can also use the suya spice to grill your whole chicken and some other grilled food. Some people also sprinkle it on their cucumber and tomato salad. Yes, it's great spice and can go with everything. All right. Okay, so if you enjoyed this recipe, please kindly give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe and share with your friends, and stay tuned for more and amazing recipes. Stay blessed. God bless you all. Bye bye.